Elara stepped off the bus in Chicago, the cold air hitting her face like a physical barrier. Her worn suitcase held her entire life, two simple dresses, a photo of her sister, and the fierce memory of her mother's final hug. She had chased the loud, shimmering promise of America from a village where opportunity was a distant rumor. The high, gray canyon of skyscrapers seemed to swallow the sky, a daunting but exhilarating sight. She knew no one, and her basic English was a fragile shield against the vastness. She carried the crushing weight of her family's hopes, a debt that felt heavier than the suitcase she dragged. Her heart thrummed with a mixture of terror and unshakable resolve. She was here to build a solid foundation so that her loved ones could finally stand upon stable ground. This first encounter with the indifferent, colossal city was the true, lonely beginning of her journey. Her first year was defined entirely by the scarcity of sleep and the tyranny of time. Elara secured work in two punishing shifts, cleaning downtown offices from midnight until dawn, and washing endless stacks of dishes in a cramped, noisy restaurant kitchen during the day. Her body quickly learned the true meaning of exhaustion. Her small apartment, shared with three women she barely exchanged words with, felt less like a home and more like a temporary, uncomfortable shelf. The smells of stale cooking grease and harsh industrial cleaner clung to her skin, serving as constant, permanent reminders of her grueling daily grind. She existed perpetually on the edge of exhaustion. She quickly learned to navigate the confusing, extensive L train system, finding unexpected solace in its rhythmic clang and rattle. This was often her only moment of quiet, necessary reflection, suspended between the two endless work shifts. Her entire existence was a calculated mechanical routine designed solely for survival. The most potent and primary force driving her forward was a singular, consuming goal: saving enough money to pay for her younger sister, Maya, to attend nursing college back home. Maya was brilliant and deserved a future Elara knew she could never attain for herself through her own education. Each week, Elara performed the solemn ritual of walking 2 miles in the biting wind to the remittance office. She sent the vast majority of her meager, hard-earned cash back across the wide ocean. Her own dreams of learning English and earning a degree felt like luxurious, unaffordable follies. The internal pressure mounted daily, fueled not just by her family's desperate financial need, but by the solemn vow she had made to herself. Her only permitted indulgence was a rare 5-minute phone call home every Sunday, where she painstakingly masked her crushing exhaustion with forced, cheerful updates about the city's endless, sparkling lights.
The cold streetlights glowed and fractured through her own sudden, searing hot tears. The American dream, the shining hope she had pursued, dissolved completely in that moment, leaving her stranded, helpless, and alone in the center of the vast, indifferent metropolis. She felt like a total failure. The despair that followed was a heavy, physical ache that lasted for days. Elara missed 3 entire shifts of work, unable to move past the profound shame and the feeling of failure. Her small, crowded room felt suffocating. She questioned every single sacrifice she had made. Was this endless, painful cycle of earning and losing truly worth the unrelenting suffering? She sought refuge in a public library, not to study, but simply to exist in a space that felt warm and safe. Surrounded by books, she contemplated the education she desperately yearned for but couldn't afford. It was in the bustling restaurant kitchen, amidst the chaotic steam and clatter, that a small, unexpected flicker of hope was finally rekindled. Marco, the head cook, a kind-eyed man who had immigrated from Mexico years earlier, noticed her silence and her hollow, vacant look. He didn't ask what was wrong, but his understanding was clear. On her next paycheck, he added a crisp $50, quietly slipping the note into her hand. He muttered kindly in broken English, "For you. Sometimes the road is wet." The gesture was monumental, though the money was not enough to cover the loss. It was the very first act of unexpected, anonymous kindness she had ever received, a quiet, vital acknowledgement that she was seen, not just as a worker, but as a human being struggling to survive. Inspired by Marco's simple humanity, Elara found a renewed, fiercer determination burning inside her. She quickly picked up an extra early morning shift sorting mail at a warehouse, sacrificing even more sleep, but successfully stabilizing her immediate finances. She began studying English fiercely. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the tide began its definitive turn. Her improved English skills allowed her to transition to a cleaner position at a small, well-established college library, where the environment was quieter and the hours more consistent. She then took a night course in introductory accounting. The emotional climax arrived 2 years later. Elara had not only successfully funded Maya's nursing degree, but she had saved enough to send an airplane ticket home. Maya, now a certified nurse, arrived at O'Hare, wearing the professional clothes her sister had insisted she buy. The reunion was silent at first, just a long, tight embrace that wordlessly communicated everything they had both endured. Maya, tears streaming down her face, spoke not of the degree, but of the immense strength Elara had shown. "You did this," she whispered. "The debt was repaid, the vow fulfilled, and the foundation was built." Today, Elara is still in Chicago, no longer scrubbing floors, but working as an accounting assistant at the university she once cleaned. She lives frugally, but her life is now anchored by stability and clear purpose. The Crucible had tested her body and her spirit, burning away all illusions and leaving behind only pure, resilient strength.